Sad, Melissa, thank you for the update. Again, as mentioned, 7 Texans are among Beryl's victims.
A civilian employee of the Houston Police Department is among the dead. He drowned when his car was submerged in floodwaters. Michael Yoshida is in Houston with the story.
A stern warning.
Don't let the clear skies fool you.
At a press conference Monday evening, Houston's mayor telling residents they are not out of the woods yet, even though Beryl has passed through.
We still have dangerous circumstances. We still have high water across our city.
That advisement as first responders were out conducting rescues. Houston firefighters rescued a man trapped in bed and another resident when a tree fell on the house. 2 other people died in separate incidents of trees falling on homes in Harris County Monday, authorities said. Another person died when lightning started a house fire, and a civilian employee of the Houston Police Department died when his car became stuck in floodwaters. Across the area, fallen trees, collapsed roofs, and flooded interstates painted a grim picture for Texans as Beryl made its way further inland, spawning tornadoes, and at one point producing wind gusts reaching as high as 94 miles per hour in some areas.
The wind tunnel just went crazy. Stuff started flying off the walls, zinging around the house.
Beryl made landfall southwest of Houston Monday morning as a Category 1 hurricane, eventually morphing into a tropical storm. It knocked out power for more than 2.7 million Texas customers, most of them Houstonians. The lieutenant governor confirmed that they are already in recovery mode.
We are strong, and Texans always pull together.
In Houston, I'm Michael Yoshida reporting.
Texas Gulf Coast cities are getting a chance to see the damage the storm left behind, just like we saw there in Surfside. Palacios is one area that was pummeled by heavy wind and rain that swept through, resulting in communication with the 911 services and the sheriff's office completely lost until power poles are repaired.
News 4 San Antonio's Amanda Henderson is live tonight in Palacios with the very latest on the conditions in there. Amanda?
Yeah, well, we know the good news is that some of the power outages have been restored, but we're still waiting to see the official word from the city on if communication with the sheriff's office and emergency services is back. But when it comes to these storms, you initially see damage, of course, like this right here at a local donut shop in town. But sometimes it's the damage you don't initially see in the moments that are passing that is the most dangerous. Check out the roof of this building. It is completely wiped out. And that's something that has to do with those power poles as well, because sometimes when it's dark out, you don't necessarily see anything after the transformer blows, and that's when it becomes really, really dangerous. But a lot of people here in Palacios tonight, they tell me they feel just lucky that the damage overall wasn't worse. King of Kings Boxing and Fitness is a second home for Lupe Longoria. This is not work. This is something you enjoy being able to go to every single day.
Yes, I love it. I love it. I say sometimes my wife just says, when are you going to retire? I said, well, I did.
This is a place he started to help better his community.
And I've helped kids get off the streets, you know.
He's showing us around in the dark, a direct result of Beryl's impact on Palacios.
It was bad.
The town of 4400 saw several trees and power poles snapped in half as a result from the relentless wind and rain from Hurricane Beryl, leaving much of the town without power.
The mileage wasn't as high as one a few years back that we rode out, and but this one was real high. It seems like the winds were higher than what they were.
Longoria says as soon as it was safe, he rushed to see how his business had fared. Thankful, the only repair will be waiting for power to come back.
Through these types of things, you don't know, I mean, anything can happen. And the expectations, I mean, I've seen devastation where, you know, and this, I turned the corner here and I said, okay, everything's in place.
Yeah, and as we mentioned, we're still waiting to see when all those power outages are going to be fixed. I will say there were about 26 when we first got into town. That number has been cut in at least half as my last check. So we'll be keeping a very close eye on all of that. From Palacios, I'm Amanda Henderson. Back to you.
All right, great reporting out there. Thank you for that, Amanda.
Yeah, to Amanda, all of our crews, Brad as well, the photographers, and all our team members.
Our first responders in Jasper County are going door to door checking for any victims of a tornado that sent trees crashing into homes.
KFDM's Sydney Ferguson spoke with neighbors dealing firsthand with the aftermath of the twister.
Hurricane Beryl spun into southeast Texas Monday morning. Its feeder bands spawning tornadoes that hit Jasper County, devastating one neighborhood near Highway 190 and Highway 63, close to Lowe's.
I didn't see any devastation until I got right here in this neighborhood. And it was like it was just an isolated downspout that just came in and hit right here.
Tom Webb was at work when he heard about the tornado. He rushed over to his dad's house on Rosewood to find a tree had crashed through the roof.
Trees on the house, through the roof, through the ceilings, water's pouring all on the inside. It really had my heart racing because there was a lot of unknowns. I did not know his whereabouts.
Webb is grateful his family wasn't injured and says it's heartening to see the community come together in an emergency.
These neighbors are pitching in and coming together and got equipment. I'm talking on the spot, you know, and during these warnings and rain and all this wind that's coming, and they haven't stopped.
Trees left holes in many homes. Webb says the area has had 6 tornado warnings and a nearby assisted living home also had to be evacuated.